Many people are familiar with supplementing, and perhaps you've even taken them. It is estimated that nearly half the American population alone takes a multivitamin or another supplement regularly. Considering this, let's pause to ask ourselves, what are supplements and why do we take them? Dietary supplements are intended to add to or supplement the diet and are different from conventional food. Often, they help deliver nutrients to our bodies. Nutrients are substances the body needs for energy, building materials, and control of body processes. They may be classified as essential, meaning they cannot be synthesized in our bodies, so we get them from the diet, or non-essential, which means they can be synthesized in the body, but they are also generally obtained from the diet. There are many types of dietary supplements that come in many forms, for example, tablets, capsules, gummies, powders, and much more.
The main reason why someone may elect to supplement is to get an adequate amount of nutrients. This may be beneficial if you do not eat a nutritious variety of foods. Some dietary supplements can improve overall health and help manage some conditions. However, it is important to note that some supplements require more research and may pose health risks. Later on, we will examine one health concern and a respective dietary supplement used to address it: vitamin A deficiency and supplementation.
Vitamins are organic compounds with diverse biochemical functions. They generally act as a coenzyme, which is a helper molecule that is required for enzymes in our body to work. They are a type of nutrient called micronutrients, which means that our body needs them in small amounts to function and maintain health. There are fat and water-soluble vitamins. This difference is important because the solubility affects factors such as if and how the vitamin is stored, and whether getting too much or not enough will cause harm. Today, we are going to focus on vitamin A. Vitamin A is an essential fat-soluble vitamin. Once in our body, it is stored in the liver until required and is bound to a protein before being transported to where it is needed. Vitamin A is important for many physiological processes, such as growth, vision, immunity, cell division, and reproduction.
The recommended daily intake of vitamin A differs between men and women. There are many derivatives of vitamin A, and our bodies work to convert these derivatives to the necessary molecules. There are two main sources in the diet. One, preformed vitamin A, which comes from animal sources, fortified foods, and vitamin supplements. And two, provitamin A, which is converted to retinol in the body and comes from plant sources. Vitamin A is found in a diverse assortment of foods. Plant sources include green, orange, yellow, and red vegetables and fruits. Animal sources include milk and eggs, beef, liver, and fish oil. Now, let's look into how Canada regulates supplements. Regulation of natural health products is governed by the Natural and Non-Prescription Health Products Directorate, which is formerly known as the Natural Health Products Directorate. This came into force on January 1, 2004. These regulations ensure natural health products are safe to be used as an over-the-counter product and do not require a prescription. All manufacturers, importers, packagers, and labelers of natural health products use good manufacturing practices and have site licenses. All natural health products either have a natural product number or a homeopathic medicine number. Vitamins are regulated as a subset of drugs because they are considered to be natural health products. They must have instructions for use on their label because they are intended to be used for health benefits.
It can be shocking to know that micronutrient deficiencies are actually really common in developing countries, given the wide availability of nutrient-rich foods. Some of the common metal and vitamin deficiencies in North America include iron, copper, manganese, vitamin A, C, and E. Vitamin deficiencies, in particularly, are relatively common globally, and they often coexist with mineral deficiencies like zinc, iodine, iron, affecting almost all age groups. Since pregnant or lactating women and young children have high needs and are more susceptible to these deficiencies, these groups of people are the most vulnerable to vitamin deficiencies. There's a major lack of awareness about how many supplements to include in one's diet, since excessive consumption of certain vitamins and minerals could have severe consequences on the health and development of individuals. But at the same time, a country's micronutrient delivery interventions can also be really challenging in terms of safety, since the target populations can sometimes overlap, resulting in a risk of toxicity. Especially in countries that have a stable nutrient setting, many stakeholders can work together or separately to deliver micronutrients to the population, such as fortifying staple foods with daily or intermediate nutrient supplementation that can be consumed alone or added to already prepared foods. So it can be confusing for consumers to understand just how much consumption of a certain vitamin or mineral is sufficient, given their whole diet and the added supplements. So there are some helpful terms such as the upper intake level, the UL, which means the highest level of nutrient intake that is likely to pose no risk of adverse health effects, and the RDA, which is the recommended daily allowance of a certain vitamin or mineral. These can help consumers make more aware decisions when taking supplements. So this is a daily reference chart for vitamin A that shows both its RDA and UL. The RDA and UL of vitamin A are both measured in micrograms of retinol activity equivalents. The RDA for an adult male is 900 micrograms and 700 micrograms for an adult female. The UL for vitamin A is 3000 micrograms.
As aforementioned, RDAs are in place to keep individuals healthy and ensure that they are well nourished. It is important to know how much is too much and to maintain a good balance because otherwise it can lead to toxicity or deficiency of the vitamin. With some supplements, such as vitamin A supplements, taking more than the RDA might lead to reaching the UL or exceeding it. Individuals can reach the RDA for vitamin A by consuming whole foods. However, the UL is most often exceeded due to excessive supplement usage and treatment with certain medications. As a result, vitamin A will build up in the body and lead to vitamin A toxicity. On the contrary, not consuming the RDA can lead to vitamin A deficiency, which leads to other complications in the body. It is critical to keep a well-balanced diet and take supplements to compensate for any nutritional inadequacies. If considering taking any supplements for vitamin A, please consult a healthcare professional first. When consuming supplements, it is important to consider the interactions of common metals and minerals as they can be harmful when consumed together. For this reason, it is extremely important to read the protocol for each supplement taken as some need to be consumed with food, administered multiple times a day, or etc. Consumption of certain metals and minerals can lead to adverse side effects. In regards to vitamin A, it should not be consumed with medications such as neomycin, orlistat, and mineral oil. Additionally, it should not be taken with vitamin E and K as it can prevent the absorption of these vitamins. Other supplements that should not be consumed together include magnesium and potassium, copper and zinc, calcium and vitamin D, and fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins. If you are taking different supplements together, please consult a healthcare professional for more information.
Now that we have discussed what happens when we over or underconsume vitamin A, let's explore how supplementing can correct vitamin A deficiency, or VAD. VAD is defined as serum levels of retinol being below the normal range of 28 micrograms per deciliter. The World Health Organization classifies VAD as a public health issue and is most prevalent in developing countries. General symptoms of VAD are as follows: dry skin and eyes, night blindness, infertility and trouble conceiving, poor wound healing, throat and chest infections, acne and breakouts, and delayed growth. Generally, VAD is treated with dietary supplements. Vitamin A deficiencies can be corrected depending on the severity of the deficiency. As mentioned, there are several symptoms of vitamin A deficiency. These deficiencies can generally be corrected by incorporating changes in the diet to include more sources of vitamin A. In more severe cases, vitamin A palmitate can be used to correct severe cases of vitamin A deficiency through oral pills or by injection. It's important to contact a specialist in case you suspect a vitamin A deficiency to see what treatment methods are recommended for you.